Thank you. That now brings us to our new business, consideration and action on authorizing the mayor to execute. If I can get you guys to exit, we need to get on with the rest of our business. I know you're upset, but if I can get you to exit quietly, please. Okay. Under new business, we have A, consideration action on authorizing the mayor to execute a contract for cultural diversity and ethics training. This was something council was unaware of. I put on the agenda after the last meeting. Sitting up here really sparked a chord with me looking out into the audience, and I thought I have to do something. This elephant that's been in the room in the city of Snellville, and even in the United States since I've been elected mayor, has been discrimination. I've never seen so much focus on discrimination since I've been elected to mayor. As the first female mayor and the first African-American president that was elected in the United States, you would think that we're beyond discrimination here in the United States and in the city of Snellville. And I don't mean just race, I mean race, religion, age, sex, any type of discrimination. We may not want to admit it, but it is an issue here in the city of Snellville, and it's an issue that's been center stage in our board appointments, our council meetings, our employees, and even our lawsuits. Now, be clear, I'm not saying we have discrimination here in the city of Snellville, but if you look at the public comments that have been made, if you look at some of the comments our citizens who were elected to represent have made, they have clearly told us that they feel like they are not being fairly represented. They have told us that they feel like there are some issues here in the city of Snellville. And I've seen others in the audience when I went back actually earlier today and watched some of those comments. I saw some of you in the audience making derogatory remarks while they were commenting, rolling your eyes and shaking your head. And that just goes more to the issue that we have here in the city of Snellville. And I've seen people sit on different sides of the council chambers. And sitting in this middle chair, it's heartbreaking to me to see the divide in our city. And I don't believe that any of the actions of the mayor and council were intentional towards anyone, but I understand that there are those in the community that feel like there has been some hate or discrimination in our community for different reasons. And I feel like as leaders, whether or not our actions were intentional, we need to be aware of those actions. And sometimes we may say or do things, and we don't see it from the other person's perspective, but it's all about perspective, especially when you get to discrimination. So what I did is I've looked into, it's called Cultural Diversity and Sensitivity Training. The Atlanta Braves had it not too long ago because they have so much diversity on their team now. I contacted the company that did the training for the Atlanta Braves. They're called Cook Ross, to do a 3-hour seminar for a council and for all of our board appointments, about 60 people. It would be between about $5,000. Which is a lot of money. So I thought, well, that's crazy. That's a lot of money for our city. Not that it's not an important cause, but that's a lot of money we haven't budgeted for. So this afternoon, I contacted the Carl Vinson Institute, and we have a retreat coming up at the University of Georgia, and our moderator agreed that this would be a good topic to discuss. It's something that we can add to the end of our retreat, so it won't take away from any of the other matters, and it's something that he won't charge any additional fee for. So I think that is the first step there to see what we can work out as mayor and council. In the future, if we need to share it with our board members or anyone else, maybe we'll take it a step further. But I think the first step is for us to have understanding. So it was my intention tonight to postpone this. However, I've learned from our parliamentarian I can't postpone it until after the retreat. So I'm going to withdraw my sponsorship of this agenda item tonight, and we'll put it back on if we need it after our retreat. With that, I will open it up for council reports. Councilwoman Bender.
Tonight, I'd like to first start off saying I think it was announced that Councilmember Witz is not here tonight, and that's obvious from his empty chair beside me. But I do ask for you to pray for his mother and his family. His mother had fallen several weeks ago, 3 or 4 weeks ago, and broken her hip. And while she was at rehab, she got disoriented, and they had to take her to the hospital. And she's been dealing with pneumonia and infections that they can't quite control, and is just not doing very well. So Mr. Witz has been in Pennsylvania with his mother the past almost 2 weeks, I think. So if you could keep him and his family in your prayers, I would appreciate that, and I know he would as well. A lot of things I'd like to say, but probably not really appropriate at this point. So I am excited. I will say that I am excited that we're moving forward with our council retreat, something we needed to do way back at the beginning of the year. I feel like we've already lost 9 months of directed, strategic movement in the city, everybody working together. I feel like right now, it's probably been evident the past year. Each department is doing the best they can, doing the job that they know they need to do, but everybody's not really pulling together and working towards the same goal, because no one really knows what that goal is right now. And that planning retreat will certainly help us go a long way in figuring out those things. So I'm pleased that we did get a date set for September 12th and 13th, and we will move forward with that. Still a lot of great things going on in the city, a lot of great events coming up, so stay plugged in, snellvilletourism.com, and stay on Facebook for Snellville Tourism, and so that you'll know what's going on. Thanks.
Councilman Emanuel.
First thing I'd like to do is compliment Tricia Rollins. She's out organizing neighborhoods, getting them involved in SNAP. We were over at Timberline yesterday and got another neighborhood involved. Probably one of the best ways to assist the police department. We've got an outstanding police department, and when you have the SNAP members serving as additional eyes and ears, it only gets better. I probably shouldn't say anything, but I've had about all I can stand with the race baiting conversation. All of the comments that I've heard about prejudice and discrimination have been from half of a handful of people citing isolated incidents. There are bigots in the city, there's no question. There are idiots in the city, there's no question. There are also a lot of people who are compassionate and who are colorblind and who frankly don't care. It's never an issue, it's never a question. They don't care about a person's race. I don't know of anybody on this council who I would say is even remotely anything near a racist. And frankly, I resent all of the intimations that we are. And while it's great grandstanding to stand up and say, we're going to do sensitivity training and diversity training, and I'm sure we will all learn a lot, because it always is good to look at things from somebody else's perspective, I deeply resent the allegations that have been made, and they are false. Have a good night.
How y'all doing? Good? Good. Everybody shop local this week? You know, it's a standard question. I know it bores you to tears. I get it. Absolutely, I did. Certainly want to talk about the cop cab there a little bit. Had the opportunity to take it out to the Braves game Friday night for our Snellville night. It was well received. A little rainy that night, though. But it's getting some rave reviews. Chief and I are going to make a trip down. I think we're even going to talk to our PIO and see if he wants to ride down with us. We hadn't actually invited him yet, but we're thinking about it. It's going to be very cramped in the back of the car is all I can tell you, and you're going to feel weird. But we're getting an opportunity to take the car down and put it in front of the Governor's Office of Highway Safety. it's making a difference, and it's really making a difference. So the people that have supported and got behind this thing, you made a difference. And I think if we could measure it, I'd love to be able to, but I don't think we will. So anyway, we're going to keep doing the good things in Snellville. We're going to keep being positive and talk about stuff that's happening and the events. Kelly McAloon is never resting. She's always got something up her sleeve. She's always got a new idea. So it's an opportunity to get involved with the city and the Snellville Tourism and Trade and come out and help us on some of these events. I mean, that's the best invite you can have. It's just come out. I assure you, there's a place for you. So anyway, thank y'all for being here, and thank y'all for the opportunity to represent my city. Thank you.
That concludes the council reports. Now for the mayor's report. I don't know which one is first, so I'll wait for you. Last week we had the grand opening of the Goodwill here in Snellville. If you haven't heard about it, Goodwill is located in the Michaels Shopping Center where the old fabric store used to be. This is the first time, I think, in the history of 8 years I've served as mayor and member of the city council, I've gone to a ribbon cutting, and there's actually been a line around the building waiting to get in. And as soon as we cut that ribbon, people made a mad dash for that store. And if that doesn't tell you there is a need for the Goodwill here in the city of Snellville, then I don't know what does. It is a fabulous store. I had no idea they are so organized and such a well-run machine. But they also have a great mission. They put people to work. And here, just in our city, they've put 44 people to work so far in the store. So please spread the word, and we continue to support businesses that come into the city, especially when they renovate a vacant building. So thank you to Goodwill, and best of luck. Some of you may have seen in the Atlanta Journal-Constitution a week ago Saturday, the headline in the Metro section, it wasn't online, it was in the print version, was mine and my husband's announcement that we're expecting our first baby boy on New Year's Eve. And so this is a picture. I was very touched last Friday. We have a group here, and I think I've talked about it before. We're called the Lipstick Leaders, and it's the female mayors in Gwinnett County, along with Commissioner Chairwoman Nash and Senator Unterman. We meet once a quarter for lunch, and these ladies turned our lunch last Friday into an impromptu baby shower. We have wonderful female leaders here in Gwinnett County. These are wonderful leaders and good friends, and I wanted to thank them for what they did. I wasn't expecting it. I was very touched by their efforts. So Councilman Howard talked about STAT and the good events that's happening with STAT. I'm sorry I missed the Braves night. It was a little too wet for me. I know STAT has a concert coming up, but we also have great things happening at our park. And this is a picture from Saturday afternoon. We had Food Truck Festival. Matt, I can't remember Matt's name, foggy brain right now. Is it Madden, Lisa? Chris Madden, sorry. Is our new special events, athletic events coordinator over at the park. He's kind of doing a little bit of everything over there, and he put this together. And so it was a great first-time event for him. So please don't forget, support the events we're having on the town green, but don't forget about our park. We have great things that are happening at the park. We actually have phase 2A of renovations going on at Briscoe Park. We have it out for bid right now, so if you know any contractors that would like to do the second phase of Briscoe Park, please spread the word. And we're also looking for people to serve on our Parks and Rec board. We need some new people. You have to live in the city of Snellville, but we are looking for volunteers to serve on the Parks and Rec board. In addition to the food festival that was last weekend, Chris is organizing an adult co-ed kickball league. If you're interested in that, I think registration is next week. And on Saturday, August 16th, he's going to be having an adult flag football co-ed game, and hopefully he'll have enough people show up where we can start a league, and they'll have team signups. So please check out the park's website. We have great things happening at Briscoe Park, our own city park. Is that all of them? And then I also want to thank the Shiloh Little League Association. They weren't able to get pictures to me before tonight, but I had the honor of kicking off their opening ceremonies on Saturday. They had a parade from Norton Elementary over to Lenora Church where they started it, and I threw out the first football. It kind of just plopped, but it was a good experience anyway. And the kids there are so cute, so little, all the way up to 8th grade. And our Little League programs really are vital to our community. They teach confidence, they teach discipline, they teach teamwork. So please support our Little League programs, whether it's Shiloh, South Gwinnett, or Brookwood. Support all the Little League programs going on here. And today was the first day of school in DeKalb County. I know Gwinnett started last week. I hope everyone has a great school year. I'll be going to the district breakfast tomorrow and look forward to the new South Gwinnett Academy. Thank you all for coming out tonight. I will close my mayor's report and open it to public comment. If you'd like to say anything, please come forward, state your name and address for the record.
Jared S. Blankenship, 2867 Overwood Lane, Snellville, Georgia. On public comments that y'all was talking in the work session, I think you might need to do some legal work before you start writing. Number one, you have a 5-minute limit, but you have handicapped people, and you have to allow for that, or either discriminate against them and I can make a statement for over 17 years towards me. I can make any statement against any politician that I want as long as I don't talk about their health or their criminal records or accuse them of something it's not doing. They not angels, and you don't have to put angel words on what you say about them, and you can't control the First Amendment in this meeting. And you can't tell me what I can say or I can't say. If I break the law, call the law, but you can't get me for what I say. And even the rudeness that y'all have been towards the mayor, y'all act like y'all are angels, but I don't think all of you are angels, because a lot of stuff could be brought up for them to discuss, and I would be glad to bring it up to the mayor since I can't talk to y'all directly.
Kathy Emanuel, 1313 Temple Johnson Road. I'd just like you all to put 2 dates in your calendar. September 30th is the Snellville Police Department's Public Safety Night. It is on the city website. Information, there's a flyer. I won't go into a lot of detail. You can look at that. October 11th is our rescheduled Cops and Robbers, the Police Academy, Citizens Police Academies run has been rescheduled October 11th. That is at a website, copsandrobbers.net. If you have any information on those, but please put those dates on your calendar and let's get everybody out to support the police department. Thank you.
Jamie Dempsey, 430 Crested View Drive, Loganville. Mayor, Council, just want to let y'all know once again that business is growing in Snellville. As the mayor described, the ribbon cutting out there at the Goodwill, and then we've also had a couple of others in the last several weeks in Snellville for a couple of haircutting places, a lot of mom and pop places that are popping up, and that's very exciting because that's the heart of America, that's the heart of the business community, and so that's really awesome that that's happening in Snellville. I'd like to ask Mayor if you're interested. We've got Brian Kemp coming to speak at the Chamber of Commerce on the 20th. Would like to invite anyone who would be interested in coming out and speaking with our Secretary of State, getting some perspective of what's going on at the state level. We'd love to have all of you. Thank you very much.